Just going to wait, see if we can get some more people online, guys. Then we'll start. Right, got on 4G. That working? Kevin Ayres online. Open champ. Ollie Whittaker, hello mate. Okay, we've got quite a few. What we'll do, guys, is hopefully we'll get some more people online, but we've recorded the whole video as well, so we'll post this afterwards. I've got loads of notes here, so I'm going to try and whiz through as quickly as possible. I was trying to I'd make the 3 o'clock kickoff, so still doable. Firstly, hi to everyone. I hope everyone's safe, keeping well, and keeping some kind of sanity with all the golf courses closed. What we wanted to do, we're just getting inundated with different questions, what's going on with the tour, what's happening in general with golf, etc, etc. So we've put a lot of them together. The hope is that we're going to answer most of them in the generic questions we're answering first and the statements we make, and then we are going to just go through a few random questions that kind of stuck out. So first and foremost, yes, the tour is very much happening in 2021. We've obviously been disrupted already by having to cancel the January and the February events due to lockdown. It is a constant struggle and it's a constant kind of changing of dates and venues. However, we're a year into this pandemic now, so we were expecting it. We are prepared for it, certainly far more than we were coming into it this time last year. So I'm not going to be able to release the whole year, just because, as I'm sure you guys will appreciate, dealing with anyone professionally during coronavirus is so difficult. And now going into lockdown, a lot of the clubs are on limited or no staff, so the response that we're getting is very difficult. Luckily, 80 to 90% of it has all been done, all been signed, but there's a few in between the middle of the season that we're just waiting to kind of dot the I's and cross the T's before I can release the full schedule. However, having said that, March is done. The tour will officially kick off the season the 14th of March at Farley. It was meant to be in January at Farley anyway. It was going to be the season opener, and those guys have been absolutely brilliant for the last 2 or 3 years now. So Farley are going to hold the first event. We will then jump straight to the 28th, so 2 weeks in between, for the second event of the year, which will be at Surrey Downs. So we'll then head into April, which will be the Masters. We've got a special venue set up for that. But at the moment, we're just going to release the 2 March events. We want to make sure that with the new members we've got, plus the old members, everyone gets a fair opportunity to enter. We're expecting that we'll do pretty well with numbers on these events. So if you do want to play, let us know straight away. They'll be open. The entries will open sometime in the next kind of week or so. Any questions in the meantime, DM us after this video. All the prizes have been confirmed for the regular tour events. £150 for first place, £75 worth for second place, and £50 for third place. That could very possibly be in golf merchandise, sponsors giving certain prizes away, or it could be cash. We will confirm that before each event, so you know what you're signing up for. Lots of new sponsors. It's been a brilliant kind of response. We've been reaching out to people and saying, you know, if you can help sponsor our events, we can concentrate on raising money for Prostate Cancer UK, which is ultimately our main goal. We've already broken the £11,000 mark, so huge thank you to all of you. I'll list off some of the sponsors a little bit later on, just so you can familiarise yourself with them. And if you want to go and check out their pages, I'd certainly recommend them. We haven't just taken on anyone that's kind of willing to help. We've vetted them, we've checked what they're advertising, what they're about. And if they're not in the golf world, they're companies that have worked for us and done a very good job. Okay, we will be running, obviously, a full order of merit. It will be the race 2. It was obviously the race to Alcadesa previously. We don't know where that destination is yet. We know that it will be in Spain, and we're looking at 2 or 3 very exciting options, but we have to just finalise the contracts, make sure we know exactly what we're doing, and have a plan for coronavirus. It will be this season that we'll be running the race too, but we won't actually be departing until early next year. So it'll be end of Feb, early March, once we get the date sorted. But the winner, as always, that wins the Order of Merit will have everything included, and he will be part of that trip the following year. That will also be the first tour event of the 2022 season. So these are kind of, I'm just rolling over points now that have come in via questions. One of them, we've had a couple of people ask this: are we anything to do or the same as Save the Par? If you guys haven't heard of them, I'm sure lots of you will, because they've probably added you on Instagram. No, absolutely not. We are categorically nothing to do with Save the Par. They were I think a membership-based service where you would pay a subscription. You'd pay a subscription and you'd get discounted rates at other golf clubs, which we do, lots of other people do. They showed an interest to one of our prostate cancer volunteers and ambassadors and suggested that they might want to sponsor an event to try and raise their profile. Went and played golf with this individual and obviously found out a bit about the tour and how we run things, and just completely ripped it off, from the way they run the events to the venues to the costings to the times to the fact that they've added a lot of you on Instagram. So I take it as a massive compliment that they felt the need to completely copy us in every aspect. But no, we're a completely separate entity. We are nothing to do with them. We will, in the Order of Merit this year, we won't have our normal 4 majors. We've reduced it to 2. Many different reasons. Obviously, we were planning on going from January through to the end of the season. That's obviously a long old year, but you get to break up the events very nicely. We've already lost January and February because of Corona, and we've also decided that we're going to stop the season end of September. The reason for this is we have dodged many bullets over the last few years with weather, and after the winter we just had in the UK, where every single one of us was desperate to go out and play golf, it was tough. Boggy golf courses, a lot of them in my opinion should have been closed just to kind of save the condition of them. Everyone needs money, everyone needs the revenue to come in, so they stayed open. I don't think, it's one thing doing it in January and February where you have the rest of the season to kind of recover and you'll see the courses in their best state. The last thing we want is come November, December to have the race to wherever we're going, the Order of Merit, be very, very tight and competitive, and it be played out on a bog because the weather's been horrendous for 6 weeks leading up to it. Or, worst case scenario, the event's cancelled altogether. So we're going to finish the season end of September. So the Order of Merit will run from the 14th of March until either the last weekend or the weekend before in September. That will be the season done. It's going to be a very packed schedule though. We're going to have up to 14 events, so 2 of them will be majors. The reason still only 2 is because majors can be a little bit more expensive at slightly better golf courses with better prizes, but we don't want to lean on people to take that money 4 times throughout the season. We're going to keep it to the Open and the Masters, which in my opinion are the 2 kind of most popular majors, especially over in the UK. And as I said earlier, we'll have the Masters in April and the Open in July. We will still be operating from October onwards. We've got a very exciting team event that I'm sure you guys can figure out what it is. First week in October. The Ryder Cup will be the end of September, so we'll make sure our dates don't clash. But we'll be holding that, and then we'll go into a winter series as well. Depending on travel restrictions, we can start to look at alternative options, but it won't be part of the official Order of Merit or Tour. Okay, moving on. We've had a lot of questions about venues, where we're playing, where we're not playing. Sorry, I'm on 2 different accounts here, so I'm kind of getting caught in between both of them. There is no more Waldingham and Surrey National. They've been a big feature on our tour since we started. They've been brilliant. I wanted to say a huge thank you to Mitch and Angie over at the Altonwood Group. As a company, they've gone in a different direction. They've upped a lot of their rates. It's certainly not for me to judge on how people are running their businesses. I run my own. Everyone's in difficulty during COVID. But they've put nearly a 45% increase on their fees. And for me, it doesn't justify what we're trying to do. We're trying to offer affordable golf, peak time for the players. I don't want to start charging £60-65 a round to go and play Waldenham. I don't think it's fair. And there's lots of golf courses out there that have been brilliant in coming forward, letting us use their facilities. So we're going to try different avenues, but all the best to them. Okay, big news. This has been worked on for a few months. I know I've mentioned it previously, but within the next couple of weeks, maximum, we will have the website that will be going live. Lots of features on there, donation options, stock purchase for all of the prostate cancer bits, and our own merchandise. It will also have order of merit, event schedules, everything you need to either sign up to events, check how you're doing, download content, etc. So we're very excited. I want to say a huge thank you to Glenn Stanley. He's been the driving force behind this, has helped us for nothing at all. We're very, very grateful, and I'm sure when you guys see the website, you'll be delighted with it. Okay. Now I'm just going to go through some of the sponsors, the main guys that are working with us and our partners. We have just signed with Golf Hubber. I'm sure many of you have already used it in the past. If you haven't, download the app. It's absolutely awesome. I came across them last year in a Pro-Am that I played at and was blown away by it. We're moving away from Golf Gamebooks, which has been brilliant, served us up until now. But it was very much for us in the admin side, behind the scenes, to log in once we received your scorecards. We want to make sure that we're able now to track live scoring. We're going to have a bigger team. We're going to have more recording and footage that we can then turn into a highlight show for you guys. In order to do that, we need 40-50 people on the platform live at any one time writing down their scores. We just found that with Golf Gamebooks, when the quantity was very high of players, it let us down a couple of times. So we've gone with Golf Hubber. As I said, I've used them, massively impressed. But we've also, which I'm hugely excited about, got our own platform and page within the app. So this will be exclusive to Vestis Tour members. You'll be able to sign up via the app. You'll be able to track your data, your scorecards. You'll be able to input all of your rounds from other events. Been working very closely with Richard, and yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing to get this going. We'll do an actual individual post about this and a couple of others because they're quite long and intense, but we'll give everyone the help they need to get it on board, get it up and running, and then we'll go live on the events with it. We also have Caddy Club. Those of you who know Caddy Club, you'll know they're a brilliant company. They provide golf bags, head covers, towels, etc, etc. We are having a range of them for Vestis Golf Tour head covers and Vestis Golf Tour shoe bags, and they are sponsoring the tour, will be the main sponsors for one of our events throughout the season, and we'll be putting up for grabs a personalised stand bag which is of the highest quality. So welcome on board to those guys. Also Travel Hub, if you don't know about them, you will. They're going places. They've been absolutely brilliant with us, and we're working very closely to secure our 2022 trip, which will be part of this season's Order of Merit. We will be going directly with those guys. Huge news and very exciting from a personal and a tour point of view. We are working with Foresight Sports Europe. They are the manufacturers of the very famous GC Quad. If any of you know anything about launch monitors, we're talking Bryson DeChambeau, Sergio Garcia, Tiger Woods. They work, that's what they do, that's what they sell. We will have one available for the tour on tour days, practice round and individual sessions in between events for tour members. Again, we'll do something a bit more specific and personal on that when the time's right and once we've got the machine, but we're absolutely buzzing for it. Thank you very much. We're also going to be working with companies such as Black Box Golf, GW Performance, Futura, Sawyer & Co, Enable Golf. Vestis will still remain the main tour sponsor. We've got Players Fuel, TJM Construction. There are many more. If I've forgotten anyone, I'm sorry, but we will be posting all of this, and they are helping out at the events. And these guys are the backbone of what we're doing because they allow us to go and raise money for prostate cancer. So a huge thank you to all of you. Special mention as well for Lomond. You'll see that we've been working closely with them. Me and Ryan have got some bits, the golf joggers, some actual trousers, polo shirts, beanies. Brilliant quality, guys. If anyone wants anything, hit them up. They'll be holding event. They'll be sponsoring events, bringing their stock down, putting on a little pop-up shop for you guys, and all Vestis Tour members will get special discount. Okay, I think that's pretty much the generic questions. What I'm going to try and do now is just cover some of the individual ones that weren't necessarily relevant to that. So, good question here. Do we do any non-tour days such as scrambles and foursomes, etc.? Good timing. No, not before now. But yes, we've been working closely with Guy Gibson, who's one of the PGA pros at Sunbury Golf Centre, which is great driving range, got an academy course there and a full 18-hole course, but they've just recently completely upgraded their driving range and they have all of the pro tracers put out. If any of you have practiced at Silvermere, it is an incredibly similar setup now at Sunbury. We will be going there, we're going to be holding nighttime events, we just need to work dates out, again, once we come out of the pandemic, and there'll be very much singled and team events, but not tour related. It's not going to go towards the Order of Merit or anything like that. It will be a meet and greet. It will give people an opportunity to come down, meet myself, the other staff members and the other members to kind of build a bit of continuity, have some fun and ultimately feel more comfortable on the tour days. So yeah, that will certainly happen this year. These were put out to the tour page and mine, so there's some that are aimed at me here. How did I start my Insta presence and why? Kept my pro status, started playing in some events, and Instagram was, you know, the new Facebook. I was on it, and back then it was very different. The algorithms were far easier. I put hashtag golf or golf life or anything like that, and I was kind of the only person up there. So I jumped from about 2,000 to 12, 13,000 followers almost within a couple of weeks. That's very different now, and you'll see a lot of people struggling to kind of improve their numbers. But my Instagram is purely for me and my own personal use. I'll use it any time I can to try and promote the tour, but the tour page is what we're really trying to build. I'm not sure if a lot of my followers are even on Instagram. The interaction rate we get through the tour page, pound for pound, is far greater than what I get on mine. A dream but realistic Vestis Tour venue. Okay, well, I mean, this is potentially in the works for 2022. As you guys know, I'm the manager of Robin, who's trying to make it on tour at the moment. He plays Clutch, Europro, TP, and some other satellite miniature tours. Awesome talent, unbelievable player, and he is a member at Prince's Golf Club. You'll see that myself, James, Ryan, a lot of the other guys have played down there quite a bit. We are hoping, it's not done yet, so it's not really fair to kind of put this on them, but we're hoping to have a huge spectacle and event in 2022, which will be our Open Championship for obvious reasons, possibilities of accommodation and overnight stays and 2 days event. So that for me personally would be the dream venue on the Vestis Tour. Are we going to Spain this year? Answered that already. No, we will be planning for it and we'll be going early 2022, but with travel restrictions. If we do go, it will be a last minute tour, members, everyone welcome, but it won't be part of the schedule. It will be too last minute. I'm hoping people are going to try and plan their golf around this. I won't be just throwing in a last minute event where you can go out and pick up 1,500 Order of Merit points. But if the travel restrictions lift and people are keen, we can certainly look at a trip. We will also be offering a concierge service very soon. So for all of our members, we're going to try and cover all bases for you, which will include golf tuition, clothing, clubs, equipment, golf travel, cheaper green fees, absolutely everything. So stay tuned for that. It will be coming and it will be pretty exciting, and we'll be able to help for you guys. If you want to take a trip of half a dozen of you away, we'll be getting discounted rates and better deals for you to travel abroad or get your new set of clubs, etc. Best player on tour. Well, I mean, it's an easy one. It's Robin. But if you want to go off handicaps and go on the amateur route, you've got to go Liam Donlin. He is the champ. What clubs do I use? I use Srixon wedges, TaylorMade woods. And the final question, aspirations for the Vestis Tour. Yeah, brilliant question. I think ultimately, from a personal point of view, massive thing for us is to provide the platform. I played in pro events my whole life. I played in the elite amateur stuff. That's what we want for you guys. Whether you're off 24, whether you're off scratch, whether you're trying to make it as a pro, I want you guys to be able to turn up on an event day and think, wow, this is what it's like. This is what they do in pro events. You can't do it in any other sport. You can't be absolutely horrendous at football and go and play semi-pro or Saturday league football when there's a stadium and fans and But you can do it. Golf gives you that platform to be able to go out and play in whatever circumstances with your handicap. So we want to make that, we want to grow, we want to improve it year on year so that you guys can feel like you're playing in official, well-run, competitive events, which so far I think we've done pretty well, but we're not satisfied and we will keep moving forward with it. Secondly, it's got to be what golf's about. It's enjoyment. You know, 99% of you guys that are playing on our tour aren't trying to make it a living out of this. So it has to be fun. You have to enjoy yourselves. I want you to build a network of golfing friends that you can go and play weekend golf with, have your own little network and meet new people. I'd say, not lastly, but I'd say massive thing is the improvement. A lot of the guys from day one were people that I've known my whole life. Spring to mind, like Matt Corbett, Liam Donlin, James Sharples. I've seen these guys over the last 2 or 3 years get the golf bug, which we've all been hit with, improve massively, which is so good for me to see. I've seen the light of Matt Corbett come from a 26 handicap down to a 19, a solid 19 now, win tour events. Liam Donlin's won the Order of Merit. James Sharples, he was off 9, he's now off 6. He's borderline a Category 1 golfer, especially as he approaches his slightly later years in life. I think he's done incredibly well. So that's huge. To see people's improvement, massive. But all of it's completely irrelevant. By far, the biggest thing for us on this tour is to raise as much money as we can for Prostate Cancer UK, and as much awareness as well. So yeah. Guys, I hope that answers everything. If there's any questions or anything you want to ask us or I've missed out, ping us a DM. We'll try and keep up to date with the questions. And if we do get a bit overwhelmed or swamped with them, we'll come on and do another live, and we'll keep you up to date with absolutely everything moving forward. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you all soon.